And now we'll be moving on to step 4, which is the incentive alignment in the platform economy. And we are not talking about the tokenomics of the project, but we're talking actually about your user base in your project. Who are going to be your target market and audience that are joining in? Reason being why this is such an important thing to consider, even in normal marketing, is to analyze your market. Because there can be many types of users joining in, and you actually have to build a portfolio of, let's say, 3 users or investors that are going to jump onto your market. And this is very important because in the Web3 space, you're going to get all kinds of people which are joining in for either some reason to make a, I don't know, let's say a flip, like on some sort of NFT, or just join the project and jump out if they're not interested in it. Then you're going to get long-term investors or whales, which are going to be there for the long-term success and progression of that project. And that's why it's important to value your stakeholders of your project. What kind of stakeholders do we have in our project, and what do they want? What do they see in our project? There's also a very important thing to consider, and that is your type of users joining into your project will have different perceptions of the project, and this may cause conflict between certain type of users in a certain type of project. But most importantly, where to start on something like this is by creating a portfolio of the type of user or investor you want to join into your project. What are they like? What are their interests? And mapping them out. At least considering 3 types of stakeholders that join your project and how they can benefit from your project and how you can benefit from your stakeholders. It's almost like creating an ecosystem where conflict doesn't collide. Everybody is in an ecosystem symbiosis where they understand each other. And you try to reward these type of users and stakeholders with the right reward system in terms of engagement, participation, or even for their investment into your Web3 project. And the key there is to build an ecosystem that is not dependent on one user, but is dependent on many and creates an economy within the community. As you can see, why is it important? Is to understand and engage your target audience, to create an appealing value proposition, as I would say, for all of your stakeholders, and to avoid users collision. Because if you have a user collision inside of your project, it creates a load of fear and doubt, and investors will feel that they will want to maybe leave the project. That does sometimes happen. So how do you do it? What type of users do you have? To answer this, you will want to see the people joining into your project and understanding their perception of your project. What are they here for? It takes time, and it's not so easy to research this kind of information. And why do they use your platform or product? Are they using it for the benefits, or are they just investing to reap the benefits in the long run? You have to define these type of points if you want to succeed with your value proposition and the product that you're also putting out there for investors. And in tokenomics, which we're going to get, the user would want to buy and sell or stake a token. You need to ask yourself, what are they going to do if they have your token? Are they going to stake it on the platform? Are they going to sell it for a marginal, profit? Or are they going to be long-term investors? And this type of tokenomics, we're going to now move on to Paulina here, which will talk about it.
Yeah, just a quick illustration for that platform project that we did. We identified 3 types of stakeholders: creators or influencers, their fans or users, and investors, people that actually want to buy intellectual property to use maybe for their own content production, maybe for other purposes. Interestingly, that these roles, they can shift between different people, and every creator can be used and invested at the same time, and vice versa. Nevertheless, it's important to distinguish them when we talk about products, assets, and resources that the platform, the startups offers. So here's a map how we did it for that project. We listed all the offers, all the products that they had or planned to launch, and then we listed all the types of users. And then we thought about value proposition that each of the type of user you'll get for that particular product. And more than that, we identified them in several groups. Utility value proposition, when the person wants to use somehow, in some way, the product. Monetary, when the person wants to earn somehow and get some revenues from it. And social, when the whole motivation to use it is to get engaged, to get to know people, and so on. So, I don't know, you see different accounts. I don't want to go too much in detail. We'll post it in the group chat. But as you can see, some value propositions would be unique for the types. Like we see that mostly monetary value propositions associated with investors, which makes sense. But still, there are some mixes. And by doing this, you will firstly understand how to market each of these products, for whom. Then you can create kind of like ideal customer profile to identify the language and so on. So this might be a very insightful tool for you.